Hey, as I mentioned in the video I just made at the black site, I did want to do a quick slaughter shaft video to show kind of how it goes in other content. I mean, this is still kind of difficult content in the game, but it's not going to be very difficult unless I make some glaring mistakes. I only ran it once with the build, and it was very easy, so I don't expect to really have any issues here. I'm not going to explain the build because if you want that, just go look at the other video that's going to be in the same topic that led you to this one. In the very beginning of that one, I go into full detail. I spend like 15 minutes explaining every single thing about the build, so I will show everything real cut. Base puncher, cut purse, seeing dead, all pretty important. Don't really need this in here. I'm going to leave it on just because I don't really care what my shield is. This just for the anoint. And we got our main damage dealer, the Scourge. This I probably won't use much, but maybe I'll throw it out on something. If I go down, that's definitely going to be what I use to get back up. Probably won't be using this either. I could use a newcomer or something there, but I don't really care. Don't have to really think much. Here's the skills. The only thing important here is playing dirty and violent momentum. Everything else is pretty much whatever you want. Oh, you did. I don't know. Last time I ran this, I didn't really take any damage, so I probably could have got away with 1 point here. But two's good. Heals are really good. And here's the double agent skills. Just need double barrel. You need fractal frags for your grenade proc. That to make sure you have grenades. Everything else is whatever you want, but there's not a lot of choices anyways if you want double barrel. So yeah, that's it. Let's go. Do this. Time for more fucking slaughter. Let's slaughter some shit, shall we? Get a sentinel out. Put our clone down. Right away. Well, right away, make a big, huge mistake and shoot a train car with our rockets and totally remove its effectiveness, you know. Because we're smart like that. Wow. I am starting off really horribly. That's awesome. Not that it matters, because we are going to still dominate the hell out of this place, trust me. One thing I'm kind of doing backwards here. Normally I like to shoot and then swap right away like that. So shoot, swap, get a reload. That way we don't accidentally end up swapping in the middle of a reload. We are losing duration because we're staying too far back and our sentinel's not attacking anything. That's why you notice that I lost my duration there. So sometimes it's smart to actually get closer to the enemies. I don't really care though because it just doesn't matter. Don't really have to try here. Just gotta run around. Just gotta run around and shoot our Scourge in the general direction of enemies. And we're going to be destroying them without effort. I put my clone right behind. Oh, dang. That's not gonna get us much ammo if he's shooting a freaking obstacle, is it? Oh, hello, grenades. Oh, the tank thought he was gonna get us, didn't he? Nope. Sorry, tank. Gonna have to try a lot harder than that to get me, buddy. You know, the only thing, the only amount of effort you really have to put into playing this in here is looking at the map to see what general direction to shoot your projectiles in. It's kind of silly. And also maybe not accidentally shoot yourself with a Scourge. That's probably smart. Shoot, swap, reload. Shoot, swap, reload. That is our life. And we Zanefleet. Shoot, swap, reload. Shoot, swap, reload. That's the Zanefleet life. Look at the map for red dots. Shoot in those directions. Reload. Shoot, swap, reload. Always keeping our annoy up. Always keeping our 75% damage up. Keeping our clone alive, I guess. He's not even getting hit by anything. Very effortless. Very, very, very low effort. Very easy mode. Shoot. I swapped some weird timing there, so I didn't have it available after my shot that time. Shoot, swap, reload. Shoot, swap, reload. Hey, look, our clone's on the ground. That's neat. I love when that happens. At least I didn't end up. One thing. Notice my clone was in the ground and I did not end up in the ground. That's because I jumped before I swapped with them. That's one trick I've learned. Also, if you do get stuck in the ground, just start crouching and moving and you'll get out of it. This is actually really boring and I hate it, but it's a very effective way to farm, so I guess it's worth doing sometimes. We're not going to be able to swap because of where I had my clone. There we go. Oh shit. That was really bad planning there. I didn't use my small amount of brain power that I should have used in order to not be standing in the middle of the spawns. But I guess that's kind of the point. You really don't have to pay attention to shit. Just you're gonna get carried by the build through everything. You just shoot at the red dots, literally that's all you fucking do. I didn't get close enough to for my sentinel to get anything, so our durations did run out. We have plenty of ammo to carry us until our clone can come back though, even if I'm taking damage and not getting the guardian perk like I am right now. My shield's been down this whole time. Ow, that hurt. I can get rid of that turret because it's actually hurting a lot. Shit, it's not going down for some reason. Alright. We gotta take it out with that. Hey, look at that. We're getting in a little bit of trouble. I actually kind of enjoy that that's happening. It's because of those turrets. They are fucking us up right now. And allowing everything to get close to us and get damage in on us. Because we're too tied up and worrying about them. But it's still not going to be very difficult to deal with. Alright, we need to get, yeah, okay. That should take care of it. If too many of our projectiles don't go off, I wonder where we land. And that was actually kind of good that we moved up over there. Got our sentinel attracted to something, so now our durabilities, our durations I mean, are catching up again, so. As I mentioned before, you do want to get your sentinel. You do gotta get close enough sometimes to things to get your sentinel to pay attention to it. Sometimes the spawns get a little nutty, like right here. We may let our clone die here just because of how everything's all on him. So I'm just gonna use my movement speed to stay alive here. Hopefully our clone can survive it too. He might. Looks like we're doing pretty good with that, so. Just gonna run around, stay away from shit. Spam shots into, well, there went everything. Oh my gosh. Anyways. Next. Oh, look at all this shiny loot. And it will probably be nothing that I want at all. Usually don't get shit out of here that I care about. I usually run this place for fun because it's sort of a challenge, or it used to be, but now we have this new class mod that kind of deletes any challenge out of playing Zane and gives us everything for free. All the rewards without having to work for it, and it kind of removed a lot of the fun. And then I went and put together a build like this that doubly removes the challenge and thought processes out of playing. And you only have to think about, like I mentioned already multiple times, a couple things. You got to get your clone close enough to target stuff. You got to look at the red dots on the map. Sometimes you have to avoid crowds of enemies if you put yourself in a bad spot when the spawns come in. I mean, I do know where all the spawns happen, but it's just, I get lazy playing this build, so I don't pay attention to what I'm doing. We lost sentinel duration during that downtime there. I am kind of gonna try to move around a lot here because of the snipers until they're dead. It's evil ass. Hopefully get them taken out so we don't get tagged by them. I don't know where my clone, oh, he's right there getting beat up by a maniac, so let's shoot a scourge at him. Is it taken care of? Yeah, it's fine. We can swap with them. Get our damage going again. Get our swaps going back. I actually don't remember where this wave spawns. I think at that end? Yeah, at that end. So again, you know, I mentioned it in the black site video that this is not a build you want to brag to your friends about speed clears with, because this is fucking Zanefleeting, man. It's like there's no skill involved in playing this build. You're not good if you can clear slaughter shaft with this build. Everybody's gonna be able to just run around in a circle, spamming their scourge and clear this shit. It's kind of stupid, but it is a valuable tool for quick farms. Like I mentioned also in my other video, you can one-shot a lot of bosses with it, and if you can't one-shot them, you can kill them very quickly anyways. Every boss in the game, you're gonna be able to do a speed kill on every boss. It's really easy. And if you want to do bossing, I recommend having a snowdrift with splash damage passive on it, and you're just gonna slide, like you're gonna do this basically, and get that violent momentum damage out of it. And that's how you're gonna one-shot stuff. Just like in the previous videos I made where I did one-shot most of the bosses in the game. And that was actually before this update. Okay, so everything is spawning and like we're getting surrounded by spawns, so I'm just gonna do this for a second. I'm gonna kind of take care of that very easily. Oh. I forgot about that actually, I thought that would happen. So let's just get up here and do some general direction shooting. Alright, clone is doing pretty good. I wish I knew where he was right now. I would like to swap with him to get a quick breather on him, but I don't want to risk putting myself in a really bad spot at the moment, so I'm not gonna until I figure out where he's at, because I don't remember where I left him. Oh yeah, see, that would have been a pretty bad spot to swap into actually. Donnybrook's doing a good job of keeping him alive anyway, so it's fine. I'm gonna get a swap in now because I want to move him. Yeah, now we got him in a good spot where we can swap with him regularly if we want. Keep our damage high. Oh, this is just so boring though. But again, this place it kind of makes me sad because I used to come here to have fun because it was challenging, and now it's just not. And I don't think it's because of the Scourge build. I think it's because of the class mod where I have all this movement speed, I have all this damage, I have all this lifesteal. I don't have to try for it. My action skills are up all the time. Again, I don't have the biggest effort I have to put into it is going like this and getting close enough, which I didn't do, so they ran out. But the only effort I have to put into keeping my kill skills up, or my action skills up, is just getting close enough that Sentinel will target things. That's it. That's all I have to do. That's, I don't know if I like it. I mean, it's nice being strong, but I kind of wish it was a little bit more in an interactive way. I wish I had to land critical hits or I'd get a freeze or something like that. Like maybe both. Maybe I had to like you could proc kill skills by chance on critical hits and then an automatic proc of them if you freeze a target. That way it would benefit multiple builds and it would be something you had to put a little effort into achieving and it would still be very strong. Not this Sentinel procs him non-stop for me with all his automatic happening damages and I don't know, I don't like it that much. He definitely needed help, but I just wish it wasn't in such an effortless way, that's all. Just wish they put a little bit more thought into making it something that matched the way Zane played, where you had to put some effort into him and thought into him. You no longer have to think to play Zane, or to build him. You can just, the only thought you have to put into it is, oh, I need 1 to 3 good misfortune to keep my action skills up all the time, and I need to take kill skills and put on a Seeing Dead. That's it. That's the thought process behind making a strong Zane build now. It used to be that you had to figure out synergies and all kinds of stuff, and you used to have to play it well. And now, even with the barrier builds, nobody's gonna run calm, cool, collected anymore. There's no point. You're just gonna run good misfortune with the new calm, and either your sentinel or your clone, either one of them, and like your brainstormer or whatever. That's gonna keep your action skills up all the time. And doing any kind of damage with anything is gonna keep your kill skills going all the time. So even in a barrier build, it's gonna be just as low effort as this. The only difference is to do damage, you actually have to aim at targets, and you might have to prioritize targets because with this I don't have to actually really get close to anything, so it's easy to not take damage because I'm just running around in circles, just running around, avoiding pretty much everything. I mean, if you notice, I'm hardly taking damage. Once in a while I put myself in a shitty spot where I take some damage, but wait, what happened? Oh, well, things were just taking a while to spawn, I guess. We need to get our sentinel up here so he starts attacking something. So I'm losing durations. Get our clone up there so he hits some shit for ammo too, because it's kind of far away from everything. I was gonna shoot another one at them, but they all died. See some things coming down this hallway here, so yeah, just run over there and shoot a shot in their general direction, because that's all it takes when you're Zanefleeting. There's a good reason I call this Zanefleeting. It probably wasn't as easy to realize in my black site video why I was calling it so effortless and boring and you know, not something to be proud of doing. But I'm pretty sure this is a pretty good display of why it's called Zanefleet. Oh well, I had no ammo in this for some reason. Round 4, done. Easy. Alright, let's start this last round. gonna be a madhouse, Torque says, but in reality it's gonna be just as low effort and boring and easy as the last 4 rounds. One of the only things we gotta really pay attention to in here is, I don't know if you noticed, but I accidentally almost swapped myself right in front of my projectiles of the clone, of the scourge, because I shot and then swapped right away and it put me in front of the projectiles. Which, yeah, you don't want to do that. I did realize I did it though, so I just sidestepped real quick and made sure I didn't get hit by him. So again, I'm just looking at red dots and shooting in their general direction. That's honestly what I'm doing here. It's kind of ridiculous. We're not enraging any of these Goliaths because we're not using projectiles that can target their heads, so I probably could if I switched to the ion cannon for it, but I don't really care. I'd rather just delete them without effort. It's more efficient. I don't think you actually get anything for doing those objectives. Maybe some cash or something stupid. I don't know if it actually makes your chest at the end any good. I've never had a good chest at the end. But I also never really pay attention to the objectives, so maybe that's why. I don't know. What? I see our... Oh, there it is. I was watching that dot get closer and closer. I wasn't sure where it was. Sneaky little bitch. Yeah, not sneaky enough, buddy. Kinda got my swap momentum off a little bit here. Normally I'll do it like that, but I got a little off. So yeah, shoot, swap, reload. Shoot, swap, reload. That's how hard this build is to play. You shoot, you swap, you reload. You look at the red dots and you point in their general direction. Difficulty at its finest. Mayhem 4, by the way. COV Slaughter Shaft. What used to be a difficult thing is now a walk in the park. It's now a thoughtless exercise in farming. I'm not even hardly looking at the screen. I'm actually getting zoned out and I'm getting so bored right now that I'm just not paying any attention to what I'm doing. Just looking at the mini-map every now and then to make sure I shoot my scourge in the right direction. That's actually all I'm fucking paying attention to right now. I'm not even getting my sentinel close enough to do anything. I just don't care. Notice I ran out of duration because I didn't get my sentinel up there. Whatever. Everything still died. I still didn't take any damage. Doesn't fucking matter. My clone somehow still stayed alive the whole time anyways. Oh, look, something a little bit exciting. I got hit by something. Get the blood flowing when you actually take a little bit of damage. The actual threat of dying right here because of the way the enemies are spawned. But I probably won't. Actually, no, it's not really a threat of dying. There's an anointed out there somewhere. I haven't seen it yet, but I did see its projectile. It's an anointed zealot. I'm willing to bet it dies before I actually see it. I saw its name tag there. Oh, I thought there was a tink at that end for some reason. I need to swap, but I'm not real sure. I swear I hear an anointed tank too. Also have not seen it, but I hear it. Or maybe it's just that guy. Oh, there he is. Hey, we got to see him before he died. Oh, later, dude. These guys are in a pretty funny spot on either side of me. And we took them both out in one scorch shot. Oh, we lost our clone. But we are full on ammo, so it's not going to matter at all. And we'll have it back before this wave anyways. Wonder if I can get my clone to... Oh, well, it doesn't matter. I was going to see if I can get my clone to target the dropship turret, but... I don't think it was gonna. The dropship turret just got annihilated. This is so boring, honestly. I hate myself for playing this build right now. Probably the only time I'm actually ever going to use this after making these videos is to run the Cistern of Slaughter to farm for Lyudas and Maggies. Because I actually really hate that farm, and this will make it super easy, so I'll probably do that. Other than that, I'm not gonna play this build. It's just too fucking boring and lame. Just way too fucking easy. At least if I did a Dictator Kazman build, I would have to aim at enemies and sometimes get close enough to them for them to have a chance at damaging me. But with this, it's just everything's already dead and almost one-shot Titan without even trying. I wasn't even maximizing violent momentum or anything. Like, we're done. That's it. Zanefleet. All those legendaries, no effort. This is an effortless, easy farm. And honestly, the only thing I care about is to go see if we got one of them debuff ARs from Titan. So I'm annoyed. It's not. It's a spinner. A shitty spinner. Yep, well, that's it. Have fun.